Steve Aluko Daniel, Civil Liberties Organization. Civil Liberties Organization have its own history, taking on national issue, international issues that have to do with issues of rights and people. And in this sense, our interest here is the abuse of process, abuse of confidence, abuse of trust on the part of not only the nation, but also the government of the day. Owing people is not just enough, it's not just a bad omen. Owing to 14 months brings a lot of hardship, brings a lot of trouble, dysfunction, the family life, and it leads to loss of property and the loss of life in some instances. So 14 months is just not issue of this. And coming from the background of a government that just prides itself that it has met its revenue target for the year, and here you are owing your own federal staff, international staff as we call them. So it is regrettable, and to us in Civil Liberties Organization, we totally condemn it, and we say it's unacceptable of a government that says he wants to renew hope, he wants to rekindle hope, he wants to also move the country to another level. This is not the best way to move the country, because it has a lot of implication. The security implication is that if the immigration in foreign mission are being owned to 14 months, you open the floodgate for criminality. Globally, the fight against terrorism also starts with people that check in people and people allow people out of your country. The immigration plays a very critical role in the fight against terrorism. And if you don't pay them and their families suffer, you have indirectly made them vulnerable to all sorts of abuses and form of possible international espionage that can even sell a lot of critical information about the country. We are also concerned because we have also taken a monitoring and tracking of the budgetary process, and we realize that the immigration service also have three front lines: the capital, the recurrent, and the personnel. And we are also concerned, as the Minister of Internal Affairs, if the capital is not suffering, if the recurrent is not suffering, why should the personnel suffer? And from our own observation, we also realize that even within the foreign mission, it is these migration officers that are bearing the brunt. If you can pay other staff, why will you not pay them? To us, in Civil Liberties Organization, we see this as not only marginalization of the people, the staffs of immigration, we also see it as a disinvestment on their integrity and a disinvestment on the nationalism drive that they should be the forefront. So you look at this, does it mean because paying their overhead will not lead to somebody's pocket being lined with naira or dollar? I think this is a critical question that the Minister for Internal Affairs need to resolve on this matter. If you can pay for capital and recurrent, why should you not pay the personnel? And if you can pay other people on foreign mission, why not pay the immigration? Because it has brought their family to a lot of trouble. Even some of their dependents are facing a lot of challenges. And this is not the very best for this country. So if you put all this together, it spells doom for the image of this country. If we don't respect our staff and their humanitarian concern, then what are we doing in the open space about the interests of other Nigeria? This goes to underline the fact that if this government must be taken serious, we must start by this. And flipping from our own also information that is given, government is planning, quote and unquote, which they've not done before now, 3 months. A flipping sum of 3 months out of 14 months. It amounts to nothing. In fact, it further aggravates the abuse of these people. Because when people hear 3 months salary being paid, they will assume all is being paid, and these people are owing. So we therefore call on the federal government and the ministry that is involved and the minister that is involved and the top cadres of the immigration that they should not rob Peter and people. They should pay these people whatever is due to them. And the idea of paying just 3 months is not welcome. They should pay them the whole sum because this money was budgeted for, and they should be seen as Nigeria, representing Nigerian interests at the global space. So they should give them all that is due to them and make sure that they don't suffer representing Nigeria, they don't suffer as family heads, as husbands, and as mothers, and as wives. It's very, very important that their interests become a national interest that must be addressed promptly and speedily without further delay. As a matter of strategy, we won't say much on this, but let me say this, that we don't mind going to court on behalf of the immigration officers, because it is their right, it is their inalienable right. They have worked for this 14 months, and the federal government and the ministry involved and the minister involved should be seen to be doing the needful. Otherwise, we'll be forced to take other lawful step within the ambit of the law. But we are even saying that it will be a bit minus on the part of the government if they wait to go to court before the right of these people is being enforced. These people represent a critical mass of those representing the foreign image and the foreign interests of this country. And the earlier we safeguard them and their family, the better for all of us. So that at the end of the day, we will not hear them being run into criminal activities, which thus far we've not had. So the best thing is for the federal government to do the needful. Otherwise, the minister will be called to question. We may not even stop at this if he intends writing the National Assembly to question the minister why you can cater for capital, recurrent, and the personnel are suffering. It brings a lot of angle of either there is corruption or a lot of undercurrent that is going on.